Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, and how we're going to fix both of them together. And the content I'm going to show you right now is the gun controllers took a bit of a punch right on the chin in the Keystone state of Pennsylvania, where the Supreme Court just came down and said, hey, gun controllers, knock, knock, who's there? You can't do that. Everything that I'm about to show you is linked into the description box below. Guys, keep grinding, keep pushing, because the attempts of the Philadelphia gun controllers just got stymied in their desires to destroy preemption and make local laws affect individuals in certain parts of the state versus state laws. This is a battle about preemption, and the Pennsylvania Supreme Court just told them to sit down and shut up. Flat out. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and send this out if you want to spread that freedom from coast to coast and border to border. And with that said, let's dive in, because this right here is a fight that the left has picked over the last 3 to 4 years, and they've lost every single time. Well, add Pennsylvania to it. Check this out. Pennsylvania Supreme Court upholds state laws blocking local gun control. And as you can see, the date on this is November 20th right there. So one of the things that you have to understand as we go into this article and into this conversation, preemption is the law that was passed in almost all the states, not all of them, but a lot of them in the early 90s, which basically said a locality, like a city or a township, can't pass stricter gun laws than the state. The state has dominance. That's the idea. It's the superiority of the state. The local gun controllers wanted to say, well, I want to do my gun control, so I'm going to do it anyways, but I got to sue you to get rid of preemption. That's why the state legislatures and the deep blue bastions targeted preemption first. They just did it most recently in Colorado. But now, Pennsylvania, because they couldn't do it legislatively, they tried to sue it out of existence. Well, it didn't work out. Check this out. Pennsylvania's Supreme Court upheld the state laws that prevent municipalities from enacting their own laws to regulate firearms, saying in a unanimous decision, Wednesday that the city of Philadelphia and advocates against gun violence failed to show the laws are unconstitutional, because they aren't unconstitutional. I'm going to show you why they claimed, but guys, this is how they lose on a day-to-day basis. This is happening across the nation. Keep the throttle on. Let's go. The ruling ends a lawsuit by Philadelphia anti-gun violence groups Ceasefire Pennsylvania, that's a big one, and Black and Hispanic residents of Philadelphia and Pittsburgh who have been directly impacted by the deaths of family members and others by gunfire. Now, of course, not criminals, not criminals, not gangs. Nope, by gunfire. The gunfire did it, not the people. Okay? Remember, also, Philadelphia is where you have the woke DAs that aren't putting people in prison. So, let's continue. The lawsuit challenged the constitutionality of Pennsylvania's 50-year-old firearm preemption laws, which give the General Assembly sole authority to regulate the sale, possession, and use of guns through Pennsylvania. Exactly like I just told you. It's a 50-year-old law. That's actually before the 90s. My math was wrong. But this has been in place for a very, very long time, and they're trying to sue it out of existence because they can't get it out of the legislature. Does that sound familiar, what the Democrats and gun controllers have been doing in the federal legislature, from the U.S. Congress to the Senate? They can't get anything through, so they go through the bureaucracies. That's exactly what they're doing. It's a national strategy. It's clear to see it. Adam Garber, executive director of Ceasefire Pennsylvania, said gun violence remains the leading cause of death among black men and youth in Pennsylvania. The plaintiffs are deeply disappointed at the Supreme Court's decision to leave municipalities unable to enforce proven policies to save the lives of their residents. It is against the law. Why is this difficult? It's the Supreme Court and the court system can't just go, well, because I want it and because I think it's what I would prefer, the law doesn't exist. I don't interpret that law anymore. No, they're obligated to interpret the law. First enacted in 1974, the preemption provision of Pennsylvania's Uniform Firearms Act has been expanded several times over the decades to make it more encompassing of firearms regulation. In 2013, the General Assembly, then controlled by Republicans, amended it again to allow any person adversely affected by local gun control laws to sue, which is what they did, because Republicans walked right into that bear trap. As a result, many municipalities repealed their local gun ordinances, while some, including Harrisburg, Lancaster, Pittsburgh, and Philadelphia, decided to keep their firearm ordinances in place, knowing they would have to defend them in court. Guys, they know it's a violation of law, and they go ahead and they just do it anyway. They don't care. It's not about law. It's about what they want. but they're losing. It takes time, it's irritating, it's frustrating, it's expensive for the city, but damn it, they're losing. The plaintiffs in the case decided Wednesday argued that the preemption law violates their constitutional rights to life, liberty, and property and happiness under the legal doctrine that the state's actions increase the dangers to residents. Their argument was actually, you can't have different law, or I want different laws in the state because you're infringing on my right to life, liberty, and happiness. Now, why is that so important? That's so important because that's what the gun controllers do on the congressional level and the federal. They say, well, they have a right to life and liberty and happiness. I'm not happy, so therefore gun violence must go away. And now, what's the cause of gun violence? Of course, it's guns. It's not the people, it's guns. So therefore, because you're violating my life, liberty, and happiness, you can't have your guns. It's the most cyclical logic you could ever find, but anyway, that's the thing. They also argue that the law infringes upon those constitutional rights without a valid reason or due process of law. Same people who want red flag laws, just saying. And the city of Philadelphia argued that the preemption law interferes with its duties to administer public health laws. Look at that. Public health's making a play again. Now, that one kind of fell out of favor because it just sucked and was stupid. But here's where we're at, guys. Supreme Court in Pennsylvania just dealt the gun controllers a massive blow, and for some reason, I didn't hear Davey Hogg or any of the gun control groups out there on their Twitter feeds lauding this decision. That's because we need to. Make sure you send this stuff out. We are winning on a day-to-day basis, and that's all I've got for you guys. Let me know, and I'll see you on the next one.